Hi folks, that's on Android.com where we get on Android every day. Today we'll be doing a review of the brand new LG G3. Let's go do this, baby. The LG G3 features a Qualcomm Snapdragon 801 processor at 2.5 GHz with 3 gigs of memory. This is on par with Galaxy S5, which has the same processor but less memory. For storage of your apps, photos, videos, and other personal files, 32 gigs of storage is provided as internal storage and up to 128 gigs of storage via its microSD card slot. Battery is rated at 3000 mAh, that's slightly bigger than 2800 mAh on the Galaxy S5 and slightly smaller than the 3200 mAh on the Galaxy Note 3. With a whopping 5.5-inch display, the LG G3 is considered in the phablet class along with Note 3, which has slightly bigger 5.7-inch screen. So how big is LG G3 compared to the rest of flagship phones on the market today? The LG G3 is slightly wider and slightly shorter than the Galaxy S5. It is slightly thicker than the Galaxy S5, but it certainly feels much thinner and better due to its curved design. Compared to the Note 3, LG G3 is slightly narrower and much shorter than the Note 3. LG G3 is also slightly thicker than the Note 3, but again it feels thinner due to its curviness on the edges. In other words, it's like sexy booty versus thin and boring. LG G3 is slightly shorter and much wider than the HTC One. LG G3 is slightly thinner than the HTC One, and the feel is very similar to the HTC One. I would say the feel thing is awfully close between these two phones. What I like most about the LG G3 is the design and feel, how it looks and feels in your hands. LG G3 touts one of the biggest edge-to-edge screens with the LCD covering most of the phone. Also, soft buttons are implemented, resulting in ultra-thin bezels. Also, the LG G3 touts the highest pixel density in the smartphone world right now with 2560 by 1440 resolution, or also called 1440p. That's about 4 times more pixels than a 1080p screen. LG G3 sports a beautifully curved back, which also is removable so you can easily swap batteries on the go, never mind being a wall hugger. This and the microSD card is one thing that I like over the Nexus 5, which is also one of my favorite phones of all time. Upon holding the LG G3 for the first time, you would not believe how light it is, and also the curved back makes it easy to hold with one hand. Compared with the Note 3, the feel is definitely better. Now, the LG G3 is not waterproof, but I believe prices do reflect that, as you can grab a brand new LG G3 for about $599, while waterproof phones like S5 will be $100 higher. If size matters to you and HTC One or Galaxy S5 is already too big for your hands, then LG G3 is definitely not for you. But if you don't mind the larger size, or you're already used to using a bigger Note 3, LG G3 will be just about the same but with smaller, lighter profile, since it does not have pressure-sensitive pen features like on the Note 3. Next, let's take a look at the software on the stock LG G3. First, I really like the stock LG user interface. It's not terribly different from stock Android, and I have to confess, LG has been making some great progress in the last 2 years after making Google Nexus 4 and Nexus 5. That certainly helped them make better software. Now, it's not feature-packed like Samsung's TouchWiz. Then again, it's not packed with so much bloatware that you have to root and install custom ROMs just to enjoy the phone the way you want it. One thing I like is being able to move apps and create folders auto-magically, just like stock Android OS. On TouchWiz, you have to manually make a folder. It's just a pain in the butt. There's also a hidden shortcut where if you double tap anywhere on the screen, it will go to sleep. This I like since this is a feature I'm already used to using with custom ROMs. Second, I'm really digging LG's new browser. It has some really nifty features like a real home button, 2-finger swipe to bottom or top of the page. And did I hear copy and paste support for multiple copies just like a desktop computer? The clipboard thing is amazing, and you can actually use it across the whole phone, not just the browser. LG G3 probably has the power button in the weird position of all the phones I've used in my life. But after using it for about a week, I feel this is second nature, and now I can't live without it. LG G3 has one of the best cameras on the market today with its laser autofocus technology, having the fastest focus times, and also you'll be able to focus in near complete darkness or focus on fast moving objects better than any other smartphone on the market today. I do have a full review on the LG G3's laser autofocus, so definitely check that out if you haven't yet. Video recording is also excellent. The laser autofocus is not just a marketing gimmick. Upon trying myself, I am convinced that every smartphone manufacturer will follow LG next year, as it works well in low light, action shots, and even for macro shots. These are what smartphones are known to suck at, but LG just changed history. In other words, laser autofocus is on whole another level from phase detection system used in practically all other smartphones, including the S5, HTC One, Note 3, etc., etc. Overall, LG G3 is definitely worth getting if you want the best smartphone right now with the best camera. 1440p display. Of course, LG G3 does not do well taking notes. If you need to take notes, draw realistic art on your phone, then you need the Note 3 or even Note 4 when it comes out. Want to multitask on the go? LG G3 also has a decent multi-window similar to Galaxy Note 3 and S5. It isn't spectacular by any means, but it certainly isn't useless, and certainly you can do much more than act like a whore with a single cell brain. How do I really feel about the LG G3? I'm really digging the LG G3 at the moment. What I really like is the different design LG G3 brings, with more stock-like Android without butchering the pure Android OS like HTC or Samsung. As far as rooting and custom ROMs go, I think LG G3 will do much better than Samsung Galaxy S5 this year, as Samsung has stopped supporting open source lately with locked bootloaders, closed source drivers, and we've seen plenty of good things with LG G2 last whole year. The moment Samsung stops listening to customers is when we need to jump ship and buy something else like LG. The design of the phone is somewhat unique, and I like having that over HTC or Samsung, who literally builds the same phone with different hardware in the last 2 years. LG G3, in my opinion, wins Design Award for 2014 out of all these flagship phones. If you want a more stock-like Android experience with an excellent low-light action shooter that has just basic features you need, then LG G3 is certainly for you. I like to think of it as a turbocharged version of my Nexus 5, just with a bigger screen, removable battery, better screen, and microSD card expansion. And lastly but not least, there's not really a thing called the best smartphone in the world. It really depends on your preferences, but I think LG has done a terrific job this year and definitely would put this guy on your priority list of new smartphones to shop for. And thanks guys for watching this video. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. And as always, stay on Android. Okay. All right, that's good enough. All right, let's go do this, baby. You have to say together. Ready? Let's go do this, baby. Louder. Let's go do this, baby.